It's what it is.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of Ring Rage Report. We are covering WWE's premier live event, Clash at the Castle, which is happening this Saturday, June 15th. I think it is. Over in Edinburgh, Scotland. Watch it, on Peacock. Start time is, I think it's 1 or noon for us.
Yeah, it's 2 p.m. Eastern, so yeah, it's 1 o'clock here.
Okay,
For us.
perfect.
It's central.
So 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. Nobody gives a shit about the Pacific Coast. It's fine. We are here, one person shy again, like the last 3 episodes of this since WrestleMania. Life is just kicking everybody in the balls right now.
But, yeah, it's life. It's adult stuff. Adult stuff sucks. Adulting's not fun. That's why we sit here and talk about wrestling and everything else.
That's what Tuesdays and Thursdays for, to not be a fucking adult.
Then again, I'm about tired of the midday pay-per-views. I'm not enjoying the 1 o'clock stuff at all.
Here's the thing, like, I don't mind it at all, but again,
I don't like it at all.
It doesn't affect me. Like, it allows me to be able to, if I can catch it live, awesome. If I can't, then at 7 o'clock when I normally would watch it, I can scrub through the shitty parts. If I'm like, oh, look at this tag match, this is trash. Scrub. Oh, I'll watch the last 5 minutes of it. I now know what's going on. Because everything else part of that is shit.
It's a little different now than how it used to be. Obviously, when you had to buy it and then watch it. Obviously, you could still watch the replay. From back in the day, you had Dish and DirecTV. Watch the replay, but now it's just, I don't like it. I don't want this. I think we've had this is the second one in a row. It's going to be midday, and there's going to be 1 or 2 more that will be midday.
There's more than that. We're back in Saudi in September.
Is it September?
I think it's September, yeah. And then
So
we had Saudi, we had France, and when we have France and we had Saudi, then we have Scotland. So I think it's 3 back to back. Which again, I don't mind. I would much prefer, especially like the audience, like the live audience. No offense to the American audience, we look like dog shit compared to the international tour, because France was off the charts. Puerto Rico last year was off the charts. Saudi, like, not bad, but they're still more vocal and loud than we are. So Scotland's gonna be fucking bonkers. It'll be bonkers.
Yeah, we'll see. It's not a
regardless.
top France for sure. I mean, there's no way they're going to top France. It's going to take a lot to top France.
I don't think they're going to top Puerto Rico from last year, but I mean, they're still going to go nuts. It's going to be amazing to watch. But then we're back in Saudi, I think September is Crown Jewel, because we have SummerSlam in August, Crown Jewel, and then I think it's Survivor Series. So I don't think there's a pay-per-view, premier live event in July or October. I think they skip a month each time, with the exception of like NXT, because NXT I believe has their own pay-per-views.
But yeah, they'll have all theirs as well. Yeah, but I'm not enjoying the midday stuff because I have stuff going on. I don't like it. It's messing with my day.
So, all right. So I was incorrect. So we're in June now. Okay. So we have Clash of the Castle. Then we have Money in the Bank, which is also technically international, but it's in Canada, so it's not a big thing. That's July 6th. Then we have an NXT one the next day, doesn't matter. SummerSlam August 3rd down in Cleveland, Ohio. And then we go back overseas for Bash of the Berlin August 31st and Crown Jewel November 2nd. And then we would have Survivor Series after that. So we still have 1 more or 2 more truly like overseas, and then we have 1 in our backyard. But that would leave September and October. There's no current PLEs, and December. So those 3 months, there's no current PLEs. At least according to
No, they normally
WWE's.
don't have one in December
Well,
because they built up the Royal Rumble.
but yeah, but they normally have like Hell in a Cell in October, but they got rid of the namesake PLEs. Uh, not Fastlane, but there used to be some gimmick one in September, another gimmick one in December, where it's just like to get people on it. So
No Way Outs and Fast Lanes and all that.
yeah. So I don't think Fastlane's been around for a hot minute.
No.
Well, I mean, outside of NXT, because all the old pay-per-view names are being used as NXT PLE names.
Yeah.
So, but we're at 67. By the way, just for anybody that's listening on the recorded session side of the house, we are currently live over on TikTok. So if you hear me talk to anybody else other than Roggle, it's people who are chatting. Not me just talking to myself and my ADHD. There's more of that to come. But let's dive into Clash at the Castle. And honestly, the best way to kind of even do this is the overview look of this. How do you feel like this card stacks up with all 5 matches? Currently 5 matches. Because again, we saw Friday Night SmackDown, which takes place in Scotland as well, which you don't like because again, midday showing. I am more happy they're doing the SmackDown shows overseas versus doing a recording and then everything getting leaked 3 days in advance or even a week in advance. It's like, oh, look at this. Awesome. I'm not watching next week's Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah. As far as the matches go, I mean, I'm not. The only match that I think is going to be interesting is Sami Zayn Chad Gable. That's the only one I'm looking forward to. I don't care about Priest and McIntyre. If McIntyre wins it, good for him. It makes perfect sense for him to get it while in Scotland after all this. But also, I mean, whatever, the Piper, Nevin, and Bailey, like, okay. We can start with the Priest and McIntyre if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be the kickoff of it because it seems like a big one to kick off with
I think it will be. I think so. The matches currently are Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for World Heavyweight Championship, Bailey versus Piper Niven for WWE Women's Championship, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for the women's tag. Anne versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark for the women's tag. So it's a triple threat tag match. We have Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable for an IC match, the end of the 3-peat. And then we have Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles in an I Quit match for the Undisputed WWE Championship. I think they're going to book this. Honestly, I think they're going to book it with like World Heavyweight Championship match, women's tag, Sami Zayn, Bailey and Piper for WWE Women's, and then Cody Rhodes versus AJ. I think it's basically going to be men, women, men. And the IC is going to kind of what brings people back. So, because that's typically what your middle match card does, is everyone wants to stay through to that to see how well it's going to be played out.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it can flip flop between Priest and McIntyre and Piper and Bailey to kick off or start everything. But I think with which match you want to start with?
I'll let you do this one because I always do it. So just start with women, start with men. I don't care.
We can start with women's Bailey and Piper's. I think that's who's going to start off the entire thing.
Okay.
So again, this is more of a thrown together to appease the lands of where they're at. I don't see Piper even worthy of this title shot. I don't see Piper winning this at all.
I don't get why she even fucking included. Like, the story behind this makes no sense. I know, I get that, but like, it makes there's no build up. They have no chemistry there. Even blatantly calling out was like, I haven't seen you since the Mae Young Classics. Like, You see what you're doing here? It's shit.
Now, I will give it to Piper that she has been getting on the mic, is working on everything else. She's trying to get back to how she was before they damned her with that Dewdrop name. She had a decent run going when she was right before she was Dewdropped, and that shit
She was good in
flatlined.
NXT.
She came up now with doing all this, had the tag titles for a little bit, which is another transitional weird run. So going from that to where she's at now, she has a slight push. Really, I don't see her winning it at all. And to be honest, I'm not 100% sold on Bailey right now either.
No.
But I mean, we've talked about Bailey in the past of how when she came back, she was very, very rusty, clunky. But she's gotten better.
Yeah,
She's
but
back to her role model status is what she's trying to do again.
Yeah.
So,
but
which we knew was going to happen.
I mean, yeah, because no one gives a shit about this heel persona that she was trying out with Damage Control. But
The Karen.
yeah, make it Karen. But like we've talked about it before, Bailey is often viewed as the weakest of the four horsewomen, which I can kind of agree to a extent. However, I would give it to Sasha Banks because she is more. Her stint right now in AEW kind of proves my point of going. She's all talk on the mic, and when she gets in the ring, she's not that great. She's more full of herself. She's more like she lives off of comparison that she herself instilled with. My biggest hero was Eddie Guerrero. Cool, everyone's was. You're not that great though, and she was just in a lot of bad spots in my opinion. So I would toss up those two. But for Bailey and Piper, again, this is a force match, as you elegantly put it. But at the same time, I don't see Piper is not going to win. That's not going to happen. But at the same time, Bailey's not going to win clean and look strong. I think Chelsea Green's going to get involved and cause a DQ, or if they let Piper win, it's going to be via a count out where they still protect Bailey's title run. But either way, Bailey's walking away with women's championship, and I have her actually winning, but just not clean. Like a solidified, yep, she pinned 1, 2, 3, no outside interference, no weapons, no anything. So
Yeah.
just
No,
my
and I wouldn't be
opinion.
surprised to see Nia Jax show up at some point too.
Well, yeah, forgot about
She is
the
also
queen.
the queen of the ring, so she very well could have some type of involvement in this match, be it knocking out Chelsea Green, something along those lines, or just going against Piper and those two having a small rivalry or something. Who knows? Or she just comes in and destroys everybody, breaks everybody's noses, and walks out.
Oh yeah, they could have her come in, smash and stack, and leave them down for the count of 10, and then be like, well, double count out or double knockout, whatever you want to call it, and both characters are protected, Bailey and Piper.
Yeah, which I really don't know if there's a point to protect Piper by any means, just because of where she's at.
Yeah, but
thrown into this one, and she's still considered a tag team, but she's getting the singles push for some.
yeah, but she's also. It seems like they're working on a storyline between her and Nia. Yeah, all
I
thrown
guess they
together.
want to do
So.
that. Nothing wrong with it. I guess they want to do it, but
Well, both aren't great to watch wrestling.
no.
They just move too clunky, and they're too like 5-6 move repertoire.
Yeah. All right, so we both got Bailey winning that one.
Yep.
You have it as a more of a one-sided, or just not a one-sided, but a not a clean win.
Correct.
Okay. Which I just have possibly Nia just wrecking a house. All right.
Which makes more
Now
sense.
another one I think outside of the Intercontinental Championship, this one may just be entertaining with Priest and McIntyre. With the Judgment Day that may or may not pose a threat. Who knows? The whole Judgment Day thing is weird right now.
They can't though, because on Monday Night Raw last night, Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre. Drew wins, which he did. Judgment Day is banned from ringside. Does that stop anybody? No. Does that stop like Liv Morgan from coming in and staking her claim on Judgment Day to help Priest win and kind of steal Judgment Day from Rhea Ripley, furthering continuation of her story? No. Which I think is what's gonna happen.
Sidebar on all this of I hated Dominic before and I hate him even more now because he is now within the storyline with Liv Morgan and I can't stand it. I've seen new posters of whatnot where he's cut his hair and he has the kind of the frosted tips like Eddie did back in the day. And
oh my god!
it's as if they're following the straight Eddie line. He's got the mullet and everything he's got right now, and then he's going to go to the frosted tip style Eddie.
Yeah.
And
well, that's kind of his gimmick, though.
It is. I get it. It is. It's just funny that he's still. Did he have the sling on yesterday? Because I noticed last week he had it on and then took it off.
No, he was taped up. He was taped up or last night.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if it did or not, but it was funny because this whole storyline they have, I'm enjoying it, and the fact that how Finn Balor's being sneaky of stealing the room key after doing all this, but if it's going to be Finn Balor and Dominic butting heads, I mean it could be entertaining to watch that. And then Carlito having his back and JD having Balor's back and pulling the Judgment Day apart that way.
I don't think they're going to pull Judgment Day apart. I don't. Not yet.
If they wanted to, they have that angle to use something along those lines. And I mean, also many, many other angles. But if Liv does pull and then Rhea comes back, we'll see what happens there because Rhea's going to show up eventually.
Yes, but the whole point, like Liv's revenge tour type thing, is all about taking everything Rhea had away from her, and Judgment Day is what she had. Mm-hmm. Dominic is what she had. I will say they missed the opportunity with that Liv Morgan backstage scene where she's like, she shouldn't be having you call her mommy. You should be having a woman call you daddy. I was like, oh, you missed it. It should have been Poppy. Just to go right on par. I was expecting that. And then when I heard daddy, I was like, stupid. I hate this.
Yeah, it was. You're right. I don't know if they wanted to go. I mean, it went right with it. Mommy and Poppy would have gone. And I don't know what's. Yeah, because it was Pop. That's what Eddie's was Poppy.
And China was his mommy.
Mommy, yeah, that's right. It was. So I mean, yeah, they have it, and they could easily change it at the same time. But back with Priest and McIntyre, CM Punk is also going to be around. CM Punk has to show up or do something along the lines of fucking with McIntyre.
And see, that's kind of where I want to say Priest wins. Is because I want to say they would capitalize yet again on pissing that crowd off, but also to let Punk come in and just ruin Drew McIntyre's opportunity and just make it build that feud even more. Because I also don't think Drew versus Punk needs to be a title match. I think that's a big enough matchup.
That's a huge grudge match at that.
Yeah, it doesn't need a title, and I also don't want Punk to actually have a top title. If he gets a title of any sort, it needs to be a mid card like the IC or the US and elevate it back up, but not the World Heavyweight or the WWE Undisputed. Like, no, don't put that title back on him. And unfortunately, I feel like that's where they're going. So they're leaning very strongly of giving him the title match. Let him walk around with the title.
It'll happen. I mean, he's too big of a persona to not to drop down to IC. He's way too big.
But that's why
I don't
he
see it going
not
down.
drop him down, but elevate the title up like the US. I mean, he's not on SmackDown, but give him the US title, so where that title actually, means something again. Hasn't meant dog shit since Cena dropped it last. Like, it's just they had their opportunity with Theory and they fucked it over royally because of Vince.
Yeah.
They had the opportunity. Well, shit. Hold on. Who's the U.S. title right now?
Right now it's Logan Paul.
Paul. That's right. They're fucking up with him.
He's not even there.
Exactly.
He was at a Tetris tournament last week.
Yeah. Again, just waste. I'm glad Logan Paul is in the WWE because he's a hell of an athlete to watch. Love him or hate him. But putting a title on a very super part-timer is the biggest waste of a title and just shows you the importance or lack of importance of that title. He's not there. He shows up for big events. He gets a WWE championship match that he weasels himself into. Like, it's just it's stupid.
That's how a lot of titles have been lately, though.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar.
Well, Roman fucking destroyed everybody. They built him up properly though. Like, yes, that's how he started, but longevity wise, hell of a fucking story arc. But I want Punk to fuck Drew over to the point where Drew doesn't win, Priest wins, and we get their grudge match. So where it could be a legit just drawn out dogfight of a style match, and let it be maybe not an I quit, but like a all anywhere, no holds bar, whatever match, and just let them beat the ever living shit out of each other.
Possibly.
I see that happening more than Drew winning and letting Priest be a legit transitional title holder. That's what he is right now.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't see McIntyre winning it. I do see Punk getting involved, and I do see some type of Judgment Day involvement.
Gonna be Liv. That's Carlito, I guess, because he's not Judgment Day.
I mean, R-Truth could get involved too.
This is true. So, he had his segment last week with them.
Something along the lines of interference, be it CM Punk, be it some Judgment Day, Liv Morgan storyline in some way. So, yeah, that's how. So I think we both agree on that one as well.
We both have Priest.
Yeah, we both have Priest. We don't have McIntyre winning it. So then, I think
it's maybe a quick episode, y'all.
The mid card being IC title between Sammy and Chad. And like you said, this is the third match they've had.
That hurts you, say, doesn't it? It really hurts you.
I hate that you get these like numerous times. I can't stand it.
You hate that I'm correct numerous times, or you hate that WWE does this?
It's not correct if you say it for everybody that has a match every single time. You can't say it.
61% accurate.
That's not how it works. It's like, oh yeah. So the three-peat of Priest and McIntyre, when that happens again. This
could be a 5-peater though, just saying.
It can go on for a while, but because the storyline with Chad Gable and Alpha Academy, like everything about that is great. I'm just waiting on Otis to snap on it.
It's great.
I'm just waiting on Otis to snap on him. But I want Gable to win it.
Yeah.
I hope he does win it, but because I don't know why I'm having a hard time getting behind Sammy as the IC champ.
His babyface persona. He's an extremist. Like, I find him as an extremist. Either he's extremely super baby face and it works for him, or he's extremely super heel and it works for him. But this middle ground he's trying to play of like, well, fuck you, Chad. I've been the underdog forever, but you know, also trying to still be a baby face. But I'm gonna talk super tough, but I'm also gonna be super like it doesn't. Very few people in the industry can pull off the bad boy baby face, whatever. The
He's your new Daniel
anti-hero.
Bryan.
Yeah, anti-hero type. There's
Yep.
very few that can do it. And like John Cena could do it, and not comparing Sami Zayn to John Cena. Just saying John Cena's babyface character, which is
Mhm.
a goat figure, he could tread that heel line without ever truly stepping over to being a bad guy and be fine. You like hell when Roman Reigns comes back and he's a babyface, he can do the same thing. He'll be fine. Rhea Ripley can do the same thing and she's fine. Sami Zayn is not up there. He either has to be extreme push babyface or extreme push heel, but he cannot toe that line. It just doesn't work for him. He comes across way too bad guy when he's trying to be a tough good guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like so. But because Chad Gable's contract was technically up and he just re-signed, I think he's taking the title.
And I'm all for it because I think that's more heat to put between him and Otis. I don't know where Sammy falls after this, if he's going to get rematch, if they're going to continue the feud, or if it just gets the title and it kind of fades away. Because I don't know. Sammy's a hard one to place anywhere after this title match. If he's not going for the IC title, he's kind of floating in between.
Yes.
Because he's just, and to put him in a storyline somewhere with somebody is obviously can happen, but it just doesn't work with a lot of people.
But that's the whole thing with like the IC and the US title in general is they are floaters. They are shoved together storylines because the title has no prestige anymore. They are complete and absolute garbage. And instead, what we're getting is with this January 1st Netflix deal, and we know ECW is going to have a comeback. So Netflix already like kind of spoiled that and confirmed it. So we know that we're gonna have another title there. These mid tiers have no rhyme or reason. And sure, Gunther kind of gave it prestige by holding it and, you know, having occasional title matches on pay-per-views or PLEs every now and then. But even then, he often had his title matches on Raw, not on PLEs. He often had it against people who were above his skill level, and they were just putting him over to get put over.
Him and Gable had good matches. I will say that him and Gable had good matches.
But Gable should have dethroned him. It would have made more logical sense to have Gable dethrone him versus Sami Zayn. But whatever. And then you have the US title, which was on Theory for the longest time. Complete fucking joke. They couldn't decide to push him as a super heel or a super baby face. He was all over the place. Again, that's more because that was like Vince's last project before he got booted. So
yeah,
I'm not justifying it by any means. I'm just simply saying. Then you had Logan Paul. There's really no notable U.S. titles. I'm trying to think of who had it after Theory. I feel like
Ricochet had it for a little bit.
That's what I thought. And he's gone now too from the company.
Poof. He went out in a shitty way too.
I mean, there's no real way to have him go out that would work for him.
He doesn't go out on a shield. He goes out on a stretcher. Like Braun Breaker destroyed him.
Yes,
and when he threw him like a long dart, like Rey Mysterio got from NWO, I'm pretty sure that he had the wind knocked out of him when he landed because he landed straight on his back, and he was grunting and everything. I'm like, yeah,
his
your shit has to be hurting.
Your
shit has to be hurting.
I just watched his head bounce off concrete. I was like, oh, he's knocked. He's out.
He's got to be. And then again, now is is Samantha his wife or girlfriend? I can't remember.
Fiance.
She's getting all kinds of heat now.
Yep.
They're shitting all over her left and right, saying she's the worst announcer ever to be on there. I'm like, oh,
Whoa,
okay.
I haven't seen any of that stuff.
I don't think, but you haven't seen any of it? Yeah, there's
No.
people shitting all over her, saying how she's one of the worst announcers. How she makes the matches about herself and not the wrestler. She tries to be a spectacle instead of the tool that she's meant to be as just a ring announcer. She gets way too involved in the matches. She gets too much camera time.
Are they talking specifically about Ricochet's matches?
No, and there's other things that happen
Okay.
that they mentioned of, and it's all post camera or post shows. She gets involved with it, like she got in there with Jay when they do the throwing their hands up, stuff like that. But then there's other things that now a lot of things are coming out. Is she going to leave WWE because Ricochet left? And that's absolutely dumb if anybody thinks she's leaving. Makes no sense for her to go anywhere. It's a job.
But
he's going to end up in AEW.
Hear me out. Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee is a national treasure in his own way. He is perfectly fine with where he is at, what he's doing.
I know.
The man can do his own thing.
Let him be an announcer, because I loved how he announced Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor, specifically Finn Balor. With 0% body fat, a 225 frame. It's like, I love this. I love this.
Yeah, he is. But yeah, Ricochet will end up in AEW, and more likely he'll come back as Prince Puma. That's who he'll more likely come back as.
Here's what I think is happening. Because we're seeing, I mean, specific, I guess technically it's one specific female wrestler. And she's a beast. I can't think of her name. The Impact champion over at Impact Wrestling.
Jordan Grace or Jamie Grace or
Jordan, yeah.
Jordan Grace, okay.
She's a beast. She's a fucking freak. But with that said, we also see Nick Nemeth, which is Dolph Ziggler. He's over on Impact or TNA Wrestling. Sorry. We also see Mustafa Ali, whatever his name changes. He's on Impact TNA Wrestling. We also have I'm missing like 2 or 3 hardcore WWE
Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder's over there.
No, he's the indie god, so he's everywhere. He's not assigned to any one specific promotion.
He shows up on the roster, but it just could be the way they do it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of wrestlers, and now that we're seeing this collaboration go hard, and we're so fucking off topic of this PLE, but
we'll bring it back.
Yeah, but with him going so hard on this collaboration, I think it's only a matter of time that we're going to see an invasion storyline, which would work amazingly if done. I mean, with Hunter at the helm, that word. With Hunter leading all this, he could do an amazing invasion storyline between TNA Impact and WWE, and leading the charge for TNA can be the old WWE guys and kind of have it be like it's a grudge. We weren't used properly. We were mistreated. Whatever cockamamie bullshit they want to lead with. They have it set up right now where I feel like that's where we're heading to. And I want it to happen. I'm excited for it to happen. I think it'll be great if handled properly. Key phrase though is handled properly. And they have to let WWE lose on WWE's turf. They can't just.
I don't see that happening. I mean, they tried it with WCW, and obviously they did it mainly just to shit on the WCW guys. Yeah. And that's exactly what it was. And it's very blatant that they made it known that they're not going to let any of the WCW guys come in and do anything when they absorb them. I mean, look at Perry Saturn, but he did it to himself when he went off.
You mean Tensai?
He went off and did his shit.
It's a terrible fucking persona.
But I don't know. I don't know what their deal is with all that as far as going from TNA to back and forth, because there's only been that I've seen so far has been Jordan to come from TNA over.
Moose is trying to come over now.
Okay, so there's a couple that are trying to move.
He's a brick shit house too.
one thing I have noticed, and we'll get back to the topic, but luchadors that are in WWE have never worked out. Ray is the only exception to a lot of it because I don't know why, just how good he is. He's stuck with a lot of it. He's done it. He's won the title.
Controversial statement here. I don't think Ray would have been as big as he is or as popular as he is had it not been for Eddie Guerrero for their little stint there. Because I've looked back, I watched a lot of his feuds and a lot of his rivals, and pre Eddie Guerrero, he doesn't like. He's there. He's there.
Are you talking WWE?
Yes, WWE / WWF. Because again, he was also a WCW guy, and they tried to bury him early on. And again, Eddie Guerrero. But you can go back and watch all the rivals. Pre Eddie, he's there. Eddie and post, he gets all that limelight, he gets all that attention. Eddie and him have an amazing fucking story arc, and both as friends, as enemies, hell of a story arc. And then after that, he was put in the limelight, and he did really well because him and Eddie were able to show off their skills. Without Eddie, though, I don't think Rey Mysterio would be where he's at today with the WWE. He would be there maybe with AAA. Or, yeah.
Well, I mean, he made a huge name for himself in WCW and ECW before he even made it to WWE. I mean, his first match in WCW, he won the title. He won that the Cruiserweight.
But look at WWE.
He had. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is WWE misuses and does not know how, and seemingly doesn't know how to book luchadors. They're horrible at it. They always have been. They always, regardless, even now, because Pentagon Jr., Pentagon Zero Mierda wants to come over, is supposedly to come to WWE.
I saw that.
He's one of my favorite luchadors, and with everything that he has, I don't want him to come because he's going to suck.
But see,
the storyline with him is not going to work out.
That's one of those things that, like, they are, yeah, whatever. Let's get comfortable. They are misusing even Rey Mysterio right now. Like, he's in his last stage of his career. He is going to retire here relatively soon, in like the next few years. He's already stated if they can get a PLE down in Mexico, that will be his retirement match. I think that's fitting. But regardless, he should be building up these new luchadors. He should be having legit banger matches with them, whether it's starting off at tag and then feuding with them later on. Like they had that opportunity with Sanagato. I feel like that's not his name, but I'm going to stick with it. Oh. Sanagato? No. Who's the douche canoe that was with LWO and then turned on him? The Aztec guy. I'm so glad you don't remember either.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god.
The one that took the other two clowns with him?
Yeah.
That tried to get Andrade to join him? I don't remember what his name is. He was Escobar? Is that what you're talking about?
Escobar? Yeah.
Santos
Escobar. There we go. I just combined three fucking names. It's fine.
What the hell did you say?
San Diego or something?
Aztec name? Did you try to create there?
I did.
What the? I don't know where the hell you're at with this. So
Santos Escobar. I was thinking I was combining his name completely and with a whole different avenue. Anyways,
Sanskrit. That's what.
Bold, italic.
Their whole, and we have already talked about it too. The LWO, everything with this whole
waste.
Everything luchador is a huge waste. They're not building up. Ray and Dragon Lee are teaming up now. He's helping push Dragon Lee, but Dragon Lee can wrestle on his own. The dude's an amazing wrestler. But again, they don't know how to book luchadors. They never have, and it's going to die for Dragon Lee as well.
And here's the thing, though. Again, let's just say on the controversial train and the stupid train. There's a part of me that thinks they're like it's fully intentional. I think it's fully intentional because Prince
To not build
Puma,
them up or to show them.
aka Ricochet, was huge down in Lucha Underground. He had
Yes.
a hell of matches, and if you haven't seen them, go look them up online. They're everywhere. But anyways, they're fantastic. He gets over. Shit.
Also
He
had
was,
a huge rival with Ray.
yeah.
It looks underground.
Dominic. Anyway, but then you see you have Santos, waste. You had Angel Garcia, waste. You have I don't know if he still goes by Umberto, waste. Like all these fucking luchas get up there and they should be putting on hella matches, and they're not even mid tier. They're not even like sub mid tier. They are simply presence. That's it. They're on there. The only lucha that gets screen time is anybody who's going up against Rey Mysterio. And I'm not bagging on Rey. I think Rey is one of the greats and everything, but the facts of the matter are just that. It's the luchas don't get treated, and it almost comes across very maliciously intended. Well, we don't want them to be great. Fuck that. Put the IC, put the US, put it on the lucha.
Make a cruiserweight title.
They tried that,
Just make it
and
cruiserweight.
they fumble the ball every time, except for the original run. Since the original cruiserweight was extinguished, demolished, whatever, it's been shit. They tried it and they turned it into a purple ugly ass belt, and then they did it on its own little show, and then they got a side show, and then they got an after dark show. Like, it was just such a waste because they don't.
I gave it to Neville.
It's a joke, and for them to, they have to put these people in positions with like the IC match or the US match. Let them be in something that the title doesn't mean shit anyways, and give them a chance to actually prove themselves. Because we're still in the era, even with Vince being completely banned from WWE premises altogether, we're still in the era of big guy mentality. We don't have a so-called scrawny dude or a skinny dude. Like, Cody Rhodes is the smallest guy I can think of to hold the world, or Seth actually. Seth is the skinniest guy I can think of that's held the world title. And even then, he's still jacked. Not taking anything away from him. But compared to like Roman Reigns was just fucking brick shit house. Brock Lesnar. Need I say more about that? That beast of a human being. Like, it's basically, if you're a big, beefy dude, you're gonna make world heavyweight or world champion. If you're kind of big but you're not super beefy looking, mid tier. And then you have all these luchas, all these cruiserweights who have nothing to do. Having multiple titles is not a bad thing as long as they're utilized properly, but I don't think any more titles should be introduced, seeing as they can't do jack dick with the US or the IC. The only title that should be introduced is the women IC and the women US. So where women get more limelight on WWE versus here's 2 titles and your 6 contestants. But don't worry, there's a 7th one. Her name is Charlotte Flair. She'll come in and just take it and then leave. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm motherfucking wrong.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I think the fact that introducing more women's titles would definitely help things as well in the women's division. But then
they can also do a women's PLE, a legit one.
You could. I don't know how well it'll go over. It'll probably go over as well as NXT.
As long as it's not Saudi, they're good.
That's true. But I mean, if they want to do it, but then again, creating more titles when they're typically only having 5 matches for every pay-per-view, you're going to limit yourself, or you're going to have more than one. And I don't want to start going brand specific.
But they've hinted at doing that, or not even hinted. They flat said we would like to do, SmackDown has their own, Raw has their own, and do more collab type, which I think I would much rather prefer. So we have legitimate storylines play out all the way through a PLE. So whether you have a women's world, a women's tag, a US, IC, whatever, all the titles can actually be on the line versus what we see so many times over where the IC title gets left off or the US title never gets shown for months. Austin Theory, I think, defended maybe 3 times on PLE. When Ricochet had the US title, 0.
So it's SmackDown.
Gunther,
If that.
hardly ever defended on a PLE. Again, handful. He's probably 50-50, honestly, but handful. So these are titles that should be built up, and I don't think they can do that sufficiently enough without brand specific. I'm not saying like every other one, but they could definitely do it like a, you had the 4 big ones, and then you have 2 combined, so there's 6, and then do another 4 brand specific. So 2 Raws, 2 SmackDowns. Done. There's your 10 PLEs, and they get 2 Saudi shows. There's a year's worth of PLE.
I mean, whatever they want to do, something, figure it out. But either they give more titles to the women's division, or they figure out something to do. But again, last thing, like we said, like I said, the luchador stuff makes me mad because watching WCW back in the day when they had Juventud Guerrero, La Parca, Eddie, Ray, Chris Jericho, even a lot of those guys. I mean, their matches were crazy, and they were entertaining, and they kept people watching it. The cruiserweight title would go back and forth, everything like that. But they had their spots in the show because there's 3 hours. There's so much that they would use within the 3 hours, but it worked. So. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully something works out. And then if Pentagon comes over and they shit on him, I'm gonna be fucking mad because he's an insane wrestler.
That's an understatement, but yeah.
But back to where we're at with the IC title championship match between Sammy and Chad. I think
Talking
again,
about underutilized characters and titles.
Who do you have taking this one?
Chad.
Okay.
It's time.
I agree, but I think to have some controversy, like you like to do, I will take Sammy in this one.
I mean, Sammy's a good solid choice too, but just
I don't know if
it's not logical.
Quite, yeah.
And this is not Call of Duty, so logic does come into play.
I think if it's a bigger one that he wins it on, but it could be. I'm just curious how much.
Wait, are you saying you want to four Peter?
This is not going to end anytime soon. I don't think. There's too much heat going on with Alpha Academy and everything else going on. With Otis, Tozawa's going to end up taking everybody out and getting the IC title over everybody. So he's going to dance. He's going to dance his way out.
I think another underutilized character. I see Chad winning, and I see Otis and him beefing, and then they're going to go after it where Otis does take the title from Chad.
Yeah, I can see it.
And Otis is going to team up with Maxine. Maxine's going to be a manager / wrestler. Tozawa, I don't know where the fuck she's going to go. Back to fighting ninjas again, I don't know.
He's going to dance around, do his thing. That's what he'll do. So, all right. So we're split on that one. I'll take Sammy. You take Chad.
But you want Chad.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, I want Chad to do it. But I just want
to make sure that's very fucking clear. He wants Chad. He's saying Sammy, so we're not 100% in agreement on all this.
Yes, even though it's pretty easy to see. It's pretty clear cut. I don't think any titles change hands other than maybe that one. Because to the next one of the women's tag team championship match between Bianca and Jade, Alba, and is it Isla?
Isla Dawn.
Isla, Shayna, and Zoe. Yeah.
You want to hear my conspiracy theory?
Yeah. Yes, inform me. Break it down for me. I want to hear this. I want to hear the three-peat that's going to come out of this.
There's already 3 in there. It's fine. No. I think Now you know what? We're getting this fucking Alba Fire and Donnie Fire, whatever they're called. I think they're going to win actually, but Bianca and Jade's not going to get pinned. It's going to be Zoe and Shayna. One of those two. My lights just went off. Zoe and Shayna are going to be pinned by Alba or Isla Dawn, and that's gonna be how they kind of take the championships off of Bianca and Jade without having to damage them, without them being like looking weak or anything. They can do it the most elegant way possibly, which is a triple threat. And more often than not, when we see a triple threat lately, it seems like that's how they take the title. So it's either to make Jade and Bianca look super fucking powerful as hell, which likely is what's statistically going to happen.
Yeah.
But having Fire and Dawn take the titles off of them in a manner where Shayna and Zoe get pinned, thus still protecting them, then they can have their 3-peater, 5-peater, 6-peater, whatever match against Jade and Bianca. And they're already super heels, so they can just play dirty and keep it. I guess they couldn't, because once, yeah, that title floats. Never mind.
I don't know how this goes, because I've watched how these two go, because obviously it's very clear that Bianca is grooming Jade, trying to help her out with everything she's got. Jade and Bianca are two completely different personas together, even though they try to be the same entity. Because watching them walk out, Jade is very standoffish and everything else. Isn't giving a lot of high fives, isn't doing anything like that. While Bianca's swinging her hair and high fiving everybody. Jade is very cold and they're not that. So still showing the heel side to her while staying in this halfway baby face.
Yeah.
Which is with Bianca. So you can see that it's not
the
there.
Anti-hero or anti-baby. Yeah.
So it's not fully there for her yet, and maybe it's just the fact the way that they're going to push her. But I don't know how much longer they're going to be a tag team. If it does happen here, they do have a somewhat of a split or something. Because I don't think they need to have like, oh, she missed and kicked her in like that. It just needs to be Jade turns on her, period. Just in a snap. It's not like there's no lead up to it or anything. It's just a straight up turn.
Well, I mean,
big heel turn.
Oh, I kind of get the vibe they're gonna go. I just drew a blank on their name. The Rockers. Yes. Yes. Shawn Michaels was part of that, right? I'm not misremembering this.
Do you think Jade's gonna super kick her through a window?
Something like that. Not a window, but like I think it's going to be kind of she gets agitated being shown up and she wants to prove her dominance. The only thing is I think she's going to come in. I think it's going to happen like Survivor Series. I think they're going to let her be built up a little bit more and they're going to tease. But this would be a good way to do it. And honestly, again, splitting them up would make the perfect sense. Or not even splitting them up, but taking the titles off of them would make the perfect sense and opportunity to introduce a mid-tier women's title. Because then you can have Bianca take the women's US and let her make it a dominant title. So where you have all these up-and-comers be able to face her and then let the more established women's wrestlers face off against Bayley for the women's world championship. And that's fine. It makes logical sense. And then you can have Jade turn on Bianca for a mid-tier title versus having her instantly go after the top tier title. Like she's not there yet, even though she will be fairly soon. But let her be tested in the waters of a mid-tier and see if she can carry the hype or the heat well enough to then project her to top tier. As much as I hate to say it, like Gunther. They could see if he could hold it and carry it, and he can. Fucking annoyingly, but he can. He's still a piece of shit. I don't like him.
He'll have it soon. You know it. Yeah, you also didn't think he was going to win King of the Ring.
Wait. I just saw something last week, though, that said Randy versus Gunther for King of the Ring rematch.
Then it might just be it. There's no... So that they did a good job of like completely squashing that whole thing as well. And it
Yeah.
does help that they're on different brands as well.
Yeah.
Um, but Randy did get legitimately hurt
Yeah.
also.
So,
And if they want to do a rematch, cool. There's no purpose to it.
well,
There's absolutely no point to it because they killed the storyline. Triple H came out and made it very clear that
yeah.
it's the refs that do it, which is it's they handled it well and it's over with. I haven't seen really anything about it.
There's been promos about it like crazy where they not about it, but like they diss him and the thing, and mostly Kevin Owens, but it comes across like them burying the King of the Ring match. Like, let's just get rid of it, chalk it up, put the asterisk, whatever, just put it to bed, say we're done. Because Gunther wasn't on Raw, unless he was not on the Hulu edition.
No, I wasn't on Raw.
So I think they're just gonna wash that away and let Gunther take some time away and let people kind of forget of that blunder. But I thought I saw that, but that makes sense. If Randy's really legit injured, then yeah, they would strip it from the card. So, anyways, who do you have for this tag match? Because I told you my cockamamie thing. I think Alba Fire is Ladon, whatever. I think those two chicks are gonna take it.
I have Jade and Bianca winning. I don't think they're gonna split soon, but I think it's gonna be anytime.
You think it's gonna split during their title run?
No, because at that point then they have to relinquish it, and then it's another tournament of some kind to see who gets our number one contender matches. To see, and I'm getting sick of those because they've been doing them like crazy now. So no, let them lose it, and then they can figure out what to do. I don't know. It's gonna be. It just takes it away from the heel turn because you're almost expected at that point once they do it
Yeah.
of the old storyline of I'm tired of you carrying me. I don't need you carrying me or something like that.
Ain't nobody's bitch.
The same thing over and over. Yeah, you're nothing. I'm everything type shit. Just one of those. It's always your fault or type stuff. But
before we move
we'll
on,
see. Hopefully it's more creative.
I mean, it's Hunter, so hopefully he doesn't pull some Vince bullshit. However, because it just dawned on me, I get the feeling they're oh shit, what's her name? Totally just blanked on her name. The chick with the prettiest moonsault, she's Zane Ludwig. She got kicked from Queen of the Ring for her controversial statement.
No, Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah. English is hard for me today, y'all. It's not because of the whiskey. It's in my drink.
It's normal.
But
You always are.
she had a backstage segment with Nia saying that they should team up and do the Princess and the Queen, and that kind of feels like a punishment for what she said on social media.
Yeah.
For multitudes of reasons.
Yes.
One of the key reason being it's Nia Jax. It's like, man,
Yeah.
you fucked up there, Aaron. Awesome.
Yeah.
Just my 2 cents.
I think she's gonna be back. She's gonna be put on the back burner for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Until it all clears out, and she'll probably she'll get her ass kicked for a while, and then we'll see. We may or may not see anything else from her, but who knows? Because the Nia Jax storyline's it's gonna be a slow burn, and then whatever happens at SummerSlam. Yeah. I think she'll pop in and out. She'll do her promo. She'll come in. She'll wreck shop. People come in and out. She may have a few matches here or there, like she has, but
and she'll lose or she'll win against Bayley, lose her title in a triple threat where she doesn't get pinned at all.
No, because I think it'll be Rhea that takes it back from her.
Rhea's on Raw.
Or, no, I'm sorry. That was I had that one. That's right. Rhea Flair.
You stupid dirty whore.
The other one that's coming back. This is gonna do it.
How dare you put that into the
She's gonna
atmosphere?
she's gonna squash everybody. To be honest, like she should. And then the saving grace will be Charlotte Flair coming back.
She should join the bloodline, and she should have the championship, and she should be dominant. And basically, until Roman Reigns comes back, make everybody else her little bitch. But that won't happen because they're building up Solo and the weird gorilla destinies.
Which I was saying about the other day, we're gonna have another one. The whole bloodline thing, okay, it's just very stagnant, very annoying.
I hate it.
Weird.
I hate it.
It's they announced Solo as the new head of the table.
Yes.
Not tribal chief, head of the table.
Yes.
Now, Tama, I believe it was Tama, keeps referencing the tribal chief. That he was told by the tribal chief to do something. Never the head of the table. Always the tribal chief. That's how they reference it.
Yes.
So to me,
They show down who.
So what I think is going to end up happening is that Reigns comes back, Tama and the Tama Tongue and Talo. Tongue twister for these. The other two clowns, Beavis and Butthead, pretty much what they are. Will fall with them while Jimmy and Jay and Solo end up going against and all that. So I think that's what's going to end up happening with that. But the whole storyline sucks.
I'm telling you what's going to happen. It's stupid as fuck. Is we're going to have Solo's little cronies. We're going to find out, oh, the tribal chief is actually the high chieftain himself, The Rock, the final boss. And they're going to have their little faction. Roman Reigns is going to come back and he's going to bring Jay along with him. And that's when Jimmy's going to debut saying he's back in action. He's healthy to fight. And now we're going to have those three fucking clowns versus Roman Reigns and Uso. And it's going to be a tribal warfare 3v3. And maybe if this gets done before Survivor Series, do a war game match between the two bloodlines. And yeah.
Because Tama and Tonga aren't brothers, right? They're cousins. Because Tonga's brother is supposed to be joining also.
Yeah.
There's rumors of Tonga's brother coming. Jacob still hasn't shown up. In the fear of him. He's signed. Yes, great, but in the fear of him overshadowing Solo.
He would fucking
win, and if. But the thing is, like, if you put Solo on the mic like he was in NXT, he's good on the mic. I think it's been so long since he's cut promos and everything else, he's just fallen off. He tries to do it, but he needs to take the fucking driving gloves off and the damn red shirt. Because he looks like a wish version of a hitman. I don't like it. He cut his hair. I like the long hair he had.
He looked like the Kmart version of OJ.
It's just
and we know he did it.
It doesn't work. The way he's looking right now, he's trying too much for everything, and it's all pushed way too much.
It looks more mafia-esque versus
yes. Yes.
Which is fine, because then they could do mafia versus tribal. But I think inevitably we're going to see Solo, Tama, and Tonga. They're both going to go Tonga, whatever. Those two.
Yeah.
With Solo, and we're going to see the brother come in, and we're going to have that squad of 4, and then we're going to have Jacob, Jay, Jimmy, and Roman on the other side. And basically, The Rock is going to be sponsoring his bloodline, which is Solo's team. And then, he's going to beef with Cody when he comes back anyway, so he doesn't need to be directly involved.
I guess we'll see, because it's...
We know that's we know there's going to be a headbutt between Roman and The Rock. It's going to be bloodline versus bloodline. They've already laid the groundwork so heavily for it. It's inevitable. It's just a matter of when not if. Not if. It's a matter of just when. And
I still think there's a big if. Because...
When they do that, though, all I'm saying is whether it's a single, whether it's a 3-peater, it's a 5-peater, no more than 3, honestly. I don't want anything but 3 is a killer. I want it to be a retirement match for The Rock, because I think Roman should be his retirement match. That'd make perfect sense.
That'll be a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He won't go out. Yeah. He won't go out anything else for WrestleMania.
Well, he could go off in SummerSlam too and be fine, but
I don't think he'd do it. I think he'd want WrestleMania. Look what he did at the Hall of Fame.
He should get
He made it all about
WrestleMania.
himself.
He should get
He made it all about
WrestleMania.
himself. So I mean, there's no way around it. He will do WrestleMania as his last match, 100%.
And
If
he
he
needs
has the
to.
last match. Now, if they want to do the Bloodline as another War Games, cool. That would be good. That'd be cool. Whatever. Just don't bring Sammy back into it because he doesn't need to be in it.
No, like Sammy would have to be replaced by Jacob.
Yes.
And really, they found the ball there because they should have brought Jacob in to take over Solo's position and kick Solo to the curb and have a new bloodline with all new characters and everything, and then have it be the old bloodline: Roman, Jay, Jimmy, and Solo.
It could fall that way.
It's not going to.
And then that puts Jimmy, Jay, and Solo, and then Roman comes back, and then The Rock is with them as well. It's with the new bloodline, as you say.
Yeah. But let's wrap this up. We have one last match. So many sidetracks here.
Well, there's not many matches, and they're not very exciting either. So yes, and there's a lot that's gone on, and we have theories.
We haven't done a proper WWE catch up in a while.
No, we haven't. Nope. We've only done PLEs, pay-per-views, whatever you call them. But yes, the last match of Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, and an I Quit match. Is it just me, or are you over AJ Styles?
Yeah.
I used to like AJ Styles a lot.
I've been over him for a few years. Like, he's a good workhorse, but he's not the same. And he's older now too, so I get it. But
well, yeah,
I feel like they're not using him properly. His music sucks. He's not that great on mics anymore. When he was like the Bulldog persona, he was good. But this new crap he's rocking, it's very weak sauce.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely he's fallen to where it's at, but to where he's at. But this just seems like okay, I'll give you this title match again, do this stuff, and then you're done. You're gonna just fade out. So I do think he's close to retirement. And to be honest, I thought he was retiring.
I think everybody was hoping he would.
When he did it. So that could have was maybe just go out now as you can, but did this and
he debuted at WrestleMania originally, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah. You think they're gonna
was it Mania or Rumble?
Rumble. I said Rumble in my head. I did not say Rumble out loud, did I?
Okay. So that's okay. I didn't know what it was.
I said Royal Rumble in my head. That's why I was like, what are you talking about? No.
yeah, WrestleMania. Where they throw each other up top rope. That's what it was. The Royal Mania. That's one of those. But I think it's going to be a decent match. AJ can still put on a hell of a show.
Yes.
Cody can as well.
I'd hope so.
I don't think Luke and whatever the other crony's name is will be involved. It'll probably just be a straight up one-on-one.
The Good Brothers?
I don't think it'll be a match of the night by any means. But
the last time they wrestled was his first 5-star match by Dave Meltzer.
Dave Meltzer can
say he can fuck off. He's stupid.
I'm not gonna get into that one.
I'll get into it. He's stupid. The rating system's fucking stupid. It's a goddamn joke. It's a 5-star rating, and yet he will go above 5 stars. Your system is fucking broken. It's either a 5-star or it's not. It cannot be above a 5-star on a 5-star system. That's how the system fucking works. It's 1 to 5. 5. Not 7.5 or 8. Go to a fucking 10 scale. Stupid.
What do you rate this out of 5? 7.2. What?
He did. He rated one of Ospreay's match like a 7 or a 7.5. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Do you know your own scale? Like, you said 1 to 5 stars or 0 to 5 stars, and yet 7 is higher than 5. Like, you were taught 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
7. Well, speaking of Ospreay, he's campaigning big for Ricochet to come because he wants a match with him.
Well, MJF is trash talking him, which works for him going over to AEW to have that feud. So yeah, but we're sticking on the championship match of AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes.
Come on, there's a shiny object over here.
No, not right now.
But
I gotta go back.
It's I'm having a hard time really enjoying Cody Rhodes as well.
Oh, why? Because he's following the John Cena saga?
Um, I don't like the way he wrestles. The Cody Cutter, I can't stand it. I hate that move. I can't. It's so choreographed and cheesy. I hate it. I hate that move so much. I wish it was just like a Samoa Joe style of like, oh, jump off the rope. I'm just gonna walk this way, let you fall on your back. That's what I wish they would do. I can't stand that move. It's one of the dumbest moves that I've seen in a while. Drives me nuts. It's just he's very emotional with everything he has, and the
He's a
whole
baby
storyline,
face.
it all works. Yes, it works. The whole storyline, everything works. It's just that I don't know. It's lost a lot since he debuted, and it all just seems very John Cena, like you said. It's just yes, he's very over. Obviously, he's going to be everything with him. It's going to happen. It's just maybe it's the feud. He doesn't have a good feud yet. Maybe that's what it doesn't have. He doesn't have a good feud.
Well, your well-established heel is AWOL right now.
Yes.
Who else is going to be there? Are they going to continue the saga of Bloodline versus Cody with Solo? No, that's fucking beat to death beyond years now. Who's the other heel, the prominent heel on SmackDown? I'll wait. You let me know. I'll wait. Because right now, Logan Paul's the prominent heel, unfortunately.
I think who's even. Who is there? I don't know. I can't think of anybody that.
I'm telling you, it's Logan Paul. Because he's so over as the bad guy. All your key heel personas are all on Raw. They need to build up heel characters over on SmackDown. And they ain't got anybody. I mean, if I'm wrong, correct me, but
no, I mean
you have Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, those two ass clowns. They suck. Next.
I mean, Carmelo had his shot, but he's just coming up from NXT.
Yep.
KO, LA Knight, which
KO and LA are anti-babies. Anti-faces. They're both bad and good all at the same time. They can walk that line.
Shinsuke can go
done.
away.
He's done. They beat that dead horse even before he got the championship.
That's it. Yep. With Randy out, that's it. I mean, unless you're gonna give Montez or Carmelo a push,
or Dawkins or Bobby Lashley.
Don't even bring up Bobby Lashley. He's no.
Well, I'm giving names because there's nobody. No. SmackDown is dominated by baby faces right now.
This is true. And Andrade's the new speed champion, so that happened.
And he's classified as a baby face. He's not a heel.
Baron Corbin. Right there. That's who it is. That's who it is.
Honestly, that's who he should be. And I will back on Corbin, but at the same time, like, the dude shows up and shows out. Him and Cody could put on a good match. They don't have anything between them. Build it up. Let him earn a spot. Whatever it may be. Corbin gets booed. Corbin gets heat. Awesome. The only other person that draws that much heat or more is Logan Paul. And right now with Bloodline, they're not even booing the Bloodline. They're just chanting, "We want Roman, we want Reigns." Yeah. Like it's just drowned out with that. So there is no predominant heel that's full time. Logan's a fucking joke of a part timer. Hell of an athlete, not taking anything away from him, but part timer. Baron Corbin, I haven't seen him wrestle on SmackDown in a couple weeks now. So again, I don't know what to do.
I know. I mean, we know he can wrestle. We know he can do his thing. But I think with Logan Paul, that's where you push Carmelo Hayes, who can make something out of the U.S. title.
Absolutely.
Being a consistent wrestler, he was a great NXT champion. Well, good on the mic.
It should be, in my opinion, I think it should be LA Knight that dethrones Logan Paul and then let LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes go. because
we have talked about LA Knight get a title forever. And
I know. But this is at this current moment, this is his most opportune chance because it's been stated numerous times that Logan's next match is going to be his final one for quite some time. He's taking a break from WWE for a bit, so he can't be on a long hiatus and have the title. He's not Roman Reigns, so let LA Knight have it. LA and Carmelo already have heat brewing, and they can go back and forth. They're both good on the mics. They're both very talented. Let them do it, and LA Knight can put Carmelo Hayes over after a few matches. That's all I'm gonna say. A few matches. But let that in. I was thinking like 9. Trying out a year. 9. But it makes more sense to have it be against LA Knight than it is to have Logan Paul, because Logan Paul's a heel, Carmelo Hayes is the heel. You don't book heel against heel. It doesn't typically bode well because somebody has to be booed and somebody has to be cheered.
Oh yeah. No,
I may have also played WWE 2K24 GM mode way too much.
No, it's very well. No, you normally don't book 2 heels, 2 baby faces because it doesn't work. There's no back and forth.
The only time
it doesn't work.
Yeah, the only time it ever has worked is when one of them turns the opposite, or is in the process of turning.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't.
That's not happening.
Yeah, I don't have high hopes for this. Weirdly enough, I think the last Saudi show, King of the Ring, King and Queen of the Ring, is going to fare better than this PLE does. And that wasn't a King and Queen of the Ring was not a terrible match card. It was a good one, but I all these matches with the clear distinguish of Sammy versus Chad and Priest versus McIntyre. Those are the only 2 well-established storylines. We don't need another AJ versus Cody Rhodes unless AJ is retiring. Cool, yeah. But even then, not needed. That was a one and done deal. Good. The tag team titles, we don't really need. It's not a good storyline. I'm glad they're getting TV time. I'm glad they're getting showcase. But again, it only really benefits anybody if they're stripping the titles off of the current champions. Bayley versus Piper, again, it's a pipeliner. We're in Scotland. Piper Niven's from the area.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's the same thing with McIntyre.
But again, McIntyre has legit history with Priest that they've been building up since WrestleMania. So there's a logical story there, and we're going to see Punk. So we're building up storyline.
Yep.
What happens after Cody versus AJ and Cody walks away? What happens after either Jade and Bianca retain, or is LaDawn and Alba Fire walk away? Nothing happens. Again, it would make sense to let Jade and Bianca lose to introduce a mid-tier title. Makes perfect sense. Will they do it? No. I will say this, because I was just thinking about this. I can see them introducing a mid-tier title during the first episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. So what better way to kick off a season premiere, a new negotiation, and a new live streaming platform than to say, hey, by the way, here is the Women's Intercontinental Championship. We're going to have a match, a tournament that will, be finalized at Royal Rumble.
They'll have to come up with the ECW one as well.
Yeah. But right now, the thing is, ECW, everything I've been reading is ECW will be a standalone. Like, there'll be Monday Night Raw, there'll be WWE NXT, Friday Night SmackDown, and then there'll be an ECW platform or show.
Which, cool if that works. That's how they're going to do it. Great.
What day of the week are they going to fucking have it? Thursday?
It's on Netflix. Who cares? I mean, it's on Netflix. They can have whatever they want at that point.
That's true.
I mean, more than likely they're going to have free reign because Netflix now is slowly doing these live shows. So it'll just give them free reign of what days they want. Obviously Monday and Friday. NXT will probably remain on, was it Tuesdays
Tuesday,
for NXT? Some of those you Wednesday, Thursday. And they may even continue with their speed shows. And it
well,
also
speed is Wednesday, so ECW would have to take So ECW would have to be Thursday because then
speed can stay on Twitter.
Yes, but
X,
they're
whatever the hell you want to call
they're
it.
not going to compete with themselves on any degree. That would be stupid to say, hey, come watch Netflix. By the way, go check out X/Twitter. I think they're going to take up all 5 days of the week. And then you have, I fucking hate this, because of TKO's ownership of UFC and WWE, you're going to have slapping contests on Friday. You're going to have the UFC on Saturday. And then you're going to have WWE PLEs on Sunday. Dana White has already announced this. TKO has already backed it up. So coming soon, I think Netflix era is when it starts. We're going to have a TKO weekend. I don't know what the slapping contest is called. I forget, but they're just bitch slapping the fuck out of each other in the face.
Yeah, it's Dana White's new hard on. He's all about that. So I've watched it. It's ridiculous.
I don't know. The
So
women are the best to watch.
We both have Cody walking out.
Yeah.
Winning this one. Okay.
I can't even be like argumentative and be like, well, hold on, I got a theory for AJ. I don't have anything for AJ. I think this is his retirement match. But it makes it stupid to be retiring over in Scotland rather than in Georgia.
Yeah. Okay, so again, I'm sure you've seen it. The rumors for June 15th being the debut, like they've already teased 6 months now of every date within a month of Uncle Howdy.
Yeah.
Something of June 15th. Again, we also thought it was going to happen last pay-per-view of hinting towards it. So, no, I will call them pay-per-views because you're still watching. Fuck that. Do you think there's anything that happens, any showing of, or are they going to remain nothing?
No.
Okay, can you just also not shit on my parade of this one because I'm tired of this. I'm getting annoyed.
I'm getting
annoyed with it. Can they just do something?
No, look, I'm getting annoyed with it too, but it makes no sense to have him debut over in Scotland when the next PLE is here in the here in the US. Or we have SummerSlam right around the corner, sorry, because technically we have Toronto and then we have US. It'd make more sense for the Wyatt 6, whatever, to debut here in a US pay-per-view at a big 4.
I want there to be something. They may not have to debut, but there has to be something. There has to be. I want there to be
a QR code.
It's driving me crazy. No, fucking QR codes. Something else. Something that you could actually see.
It will be
either.
You
hope that something is going to happen.
I could see them kind of doing what they did at Friday Night SmackDown, where we saw Uncle Howdy in the crowd.
That's not the first time they've done that, though.
I know. That's a very luminescent fish. I don't know if you saw that, Silver, but yes, I don't think they're going to debut him at most. I think they're going to either have him in the crowd and shine spotlight. They may cut a promo, like a legit promo this time, rather than doing a QR code. They may, we may see Eric Rowan. We may see, they've been hinting very strongly at Alexa Bliss. They've been hinting at a bunch of people, and yet the most they could do is just Firefly Funhouse. But it torn down, burnt down, whatever they want to do with it. But I don't think it'll be anything more than a spotlight appearance or a legit promo, like a Titantron promo. But realistically, I think it's gonna be a QR code. I'm sick of it too. But look,
because looking at how this at this card and just looking at the matches, there's only one person in any of these matches that would be realistically involved or could be involved with anything going on, that's AJ Styles.
Back the fuck up.
You're not going to bring Cody into it. You're not because of the
No,
status.
no.
You're not going to bring the championship into it.
Okay.
You're not going to bring McIntyre. You're not going to bring Priest because that
Priest
just
would
involves a Judgment Day.
Yeah, Priest would make sense though to have Judgment Day versus the Wyatt Six. There's like
because they're mid-tier. They're mid-tier wrestlers. They're not anywhere near upper echelon of any kind. They don't need to be anywhere involved with a title in any way, shape, or form.
That's the only person that makes logical sense because it could be faction versus faction.
It doesn't need to be faction versus faction though.
It does for him to be introduced because they're not going to let Howdy be completely solo by himself.
This means of just attacking, kidnapping of something along those lines, and not. I wasn't saying feuding wise. Something of. I don't know. I just want something to happen because this is driving me insane.
If they don't fucking here we go. I will appease your senses. Let Alexa Bliss debut. Let her come back, right? And let her get to the ring. Everything's fun. She cuts a promo about how she's gonna go after Bayley, whatever maybe. She cuts a promo, and next thing we know, lights go out, stars come out, and then she gets kidnapped. And all you see is the old school Alexa Bliss.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, neither does your cockamamie bullshit that you keep. AJ Styles, he has no connection with them at all.
But also, none of them have connection with anybody.
Then why the motherfucking hell would they debut Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six?
It doesn't have to be them showing anything. It has to just be another QR code flashing up and some stupid having him in the ring.
You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want.
I know. I do.
You don't want spotlight. You don't want spotlight.
Than...
You want him to be fucking there. So use your motherfucking senses and pick one. You can't have it all. You stupid little bitch.
Something to lead into something that you can see, not just a QR code. I'm tired of the QR codes.
That's what's gonna happen.
I'm tired of them. I don't want.
Well, I'm tired of fucking you, and yet here we are.
Well, deal with it. You can't quit me.
You want to challenge? You want to challenge me?
I'll find you.
You guys have made it very easy, seeing as everyone's been ditching me every Tuesday for 3 weeks now.
I believe I've been here.
2 weeks ago. Last week was a struggle. You're like, fine, I guess I can get on.
Oh, that's just because there was personal stuff that happened. Nobody's ditching you. We all just have adult stuff to do. You make it seem like now, fuck you, Sid, we're done. Not it at all. We have adult shit we have to deal with. You sensitive bitch. Anyways, I have nothing else.
It looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck. It's a motherfucking duck.
Are you watching this live?
No, I won't be in town. I'll be at Monster Jam.
Oh, 100% redneck. Good job, white trash.
My son likes monster trucks.
Instead of watching wrestling, you're going there. Make sure you drink plenty of
Instead of blue collar redneck, I'm going full blown trailer truck.
All right.
Get her done. Listen here, my son really likes monster trucks, and they're in their area.
No, I don't blame you. We've gone to.
So
it's fun.
We'll see. We're gonna do the pre-pit party or whatever.
Yep.
We're gonna be there like 6 hours beforehand. And then
6 hours?
Yeah, starts at like 1 or 1:30, and the show starts off at 7.
Jeez.
And then the night before, we're going over to
stay at the trailer park.
No, we're staying at a hotel.
You mean a motel?
No, it's definitely a hotel. I don't do motels. I'm a little bougie like that. My Air Force kicking in.
You gotta be bougie before you go to the Monster Jam.
Union Station, there we go. Because there's a Lego convention, like a brick builder convention or whatever, that's happening next week on the 17th. So currently at Union Station, it's everything Lego. So like they can go build with Legos, see Legos, make their own set and all that. Like there's lots of stuff to do. So with both kids liking Legos and monster trucks. Yep. Oh, and then Sunday, Father's Day, I'll be driving home.
There you go. Happy Father's Day for that one.
Yeah, same to you. How I will be stopping at Sam's Club to get some meats and some seasoning to cook.
There you go. Make your own dinner.
For the family.
That's
For
what
the
I'll
family.
do too.
Don't feel bad.
Yeah, I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be making dinner.
You were going to Monster Jam too? What row are you sitting in? Oh,
making dinner for everybody. No,
I can hang out with you anyways.
there is part of me. There's an AEW show tomorrow up here. Part of me wants to get tickets to go to it.
If you do go to the gate, you get them out the gate.
Why?
Based off what everyone supposedly is reporting on like TikTok and Instagram, is if you purchase them before show, granted they're not expensive. They're like $20-$30, if not more. But if you go to the gate, they're like somebody said they got floor seating for like $10 to $15, and they were ringside.
Really?
And I was like, oh, that's good to know. He's like, I don't ever purchase AEW tickets or TNA tickets beforehand. I just show up at gate because they will always have some ringside seat, whether it's first row, second row, third row. There's always gonna be something there. So just purchase them at the gate. I was like, oh, that's not a bad idea. Too bad nothing comes to freaking Manhattan.
I'm surprised. At least it's not like no impact like that. Or there's got to be some indies around somewhere.
Junction City.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. If you want to go there and risk getting shot and anything else, go ahead.
Yeah, and then Topeka, same situation, but it's either shot or stabbed.
Yeah.
I do have the possibility of a needle.
Yes. Yes. It's a good thing.
Yeah, there's that. So, yeah, there's nothing really nearby. It's all Wichita and Kansas City for the most part.
Yeah.
So, I think there's one Topeka show a year or every other year. And it's typically like a shit show. Like it just Art's not great. Never has been.
No. Ours has been decent.
But hell, if I'm going to drive to Kansas City, I could literally drive 2 more hours, or I could drive 2 hours to Wichita, or 2 more hours, and just get to Iowa and be like, all right, you fuckers are coming along. Let's go. We're going to a Raw showing. We're going to a SmackDown showing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's Misery and Company together. So.
Yeah.
Even if somebody be like, oh, something came up. Sorry, Sig. Fuck you, bitches.
You're on your own.
You remember all those people you said you don't want to be around? Good luck, fucker. It's all you. Just you.
You're by yourself now.
2 empty seats.
That's right.
That would give me so much anxiety, actually, just thinking about it. But let's wrap this up.
All right, let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah. Regardless, there's 5 matches on this card, none of which are spectacular, themed or based or have any hold on future storylines, with the exception of the IC title and possibly the World Heavyweight pre/McIntyre. But not much going on. It is again June 15th, happening at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, and you can watch on Peacock. Not sponsored, unless they want to. Then sell out to almost anybody. So hit me up. Otherwise, that's all I got for y'all. Here's Rongo.
Yeah, nothing else really. Check it out. 2 p.m. Eastern. Till the next one. Bye, bitch.